Now, for those of you who have taken my course or watched my videos, you'll be aware of the roadmap that I created. So this roadmap tells you exactly what you need to do from the start to the end of a project. But how can we make sure that we integrate all the healthy habits around project management in our daily routine and then do it consistently? This is where we get caught as project managers. We do it very well for 1 week, and after we drop the ball, and you can be sure there's someone around the corner pointing that out to us. One thing we can do is to take the 9 main activities from the roadmap. We group them first to make it more manageable. And then we use a tracker to track those. We use a tracker to ensure that we are consistent with doing everything that is required to do good project management. Now you can take any tracker, but there are some that I recommend. So I'm a bit biased because they are from my other channel where I deal with Excel. You can get them for free at the moment, but any tracker will do, as I mentioned. So I will choose this one, and I choose this one for 2 reasons. 1, because the categories are clearly marked, and 2, because we can set ourselves targets. So in other words, you will be able to rate yourself as a project manager. You'll be able to go week by week and say, okay, I've done very well this week. Remember, you have to be ahead of the game. As a project manager, you are surrounded with stakeholders that'll be more than happy to point out what you have dropped, to point out where you haven't done a good job or activities that you have dropped. So if you have this, you are ahead of the game. Now let's see how we can use this habit tracker here to manage our projects. Okay, so now the first thing to do is to clear it up. You just start from scratch, a brand new one. So I already have 3 categories here. I'm just going to take 3. I think the 4th category, I will leave it aside. You just start from scratch. You would want to duplicate it so you have several copies of it and you don't have to clear it up every time. I'm just going to leave it this way for the moment. Here we're going to use only 3 categories, but I just leave the 4th one here for the time being. So you might want to put icons, but I'm just going to remove the icons. Okay, you remove all the text. Now you clear it all up. So I've cleared it up. I removed the icons. I've done all this. So what is the first category that we had? Basics. So we're just going to put the basics here. We can put the admin here. So if you want to be more granular, you can put more of the admin stuff. There you had, you have report, you have all of these, but this is just a generic admin. And I will put the schedule here. And I will put issues here. So what is a weekly target? How often do we want to track this? So here I will put 5, 5, and 5. I think for me, this is really what we need to do day in, day out as a project manager. We want to be on top of our admin. I know it sounds boring, but you know how I feel about this. Reports need to be done on time and all the other admin tasks that you have. So I want to have all at 5. So here I will just put background. So the first one is risks, budget, and quality. Has quality been applied? So you can be a bit more elaborate in your titles here. So now the weekly target for risks, I'm going to put maybe twice a week, budget twice a week, and quality, depending on the stage of the project. If you're in execution, obviously you need to make sure that the testing is being done properly and all the quality is being done on your project. So I'm just going to put 2 here as well. So it depends on your project and the likes, but at the moment that's the way I would do it. And the first one, stakeholders. Stakeholders, approvals, scope, and stakeholders themselves, stakeholders management. reporting and the likes for stakeholders. approvals, you tell me, well, but it's on a ad hoc basis. But the idea here is to check. How often do you want to check that you have all the approvals? I mean, I'm just going to put 2 because if you put it 1, you could get caught. Scope, depending on the stage of the project, but I would put 2 as well. And stakeholder management, I will put 2. I mean, you could put 1 here if you like, 1 approvals. All depends on your project. So I'm just going to put 1 here just for a bit of variety. But I think if you already do this, you'll be very close to being a very good project manager. Let's say you start here, and here you put your date, your start date. For instance, here I put on let's say I have a project to start the 1st of Feb 2024. So it's a Thursday, so I'm just going to move it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm just going to move it to the 5th of Feb. Okay, so I'm sure it starts on Monday. So here I am. Oh, this is obviously on 7 days. Obviously, you work only 5 days, but it doesn't matter. What you do is, let's say on Monday you arrive. Yes, I've done my admin. I kept an eye on the schedule. It doesn't need to be an in-depth deep dive in the schedule, but yes, I had a look at it. Yeah, it's all good. And issues, I checked around. I went to the teams, asked if there any issues. And after you go down the list, risk, yes, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to give myself a head start. The budget, I'm not going to do it today. Let's say you do it tomorrow. And the quality, I'm not going to do it today. Approvals, yes, I'm going to start the week with checking that all the approvals are required. And if there are new approvals, I'm just going to prepare for them. The scope, actually, I'm just going to put 2 here, approvals. Just that freaks me out to see only 1 here. Scope, I'll have a look at that tomorrow. And stakeholder management, I'll have a look at that later on. For the moment, everything is 0, so that means you have met no target yet. So if we keep going, let's say you do the same on Tuesday, and here you have a look at risk again, and you have this tick to mean that, yes, you have looked at it 2 days. Instead, let's say more Thursday, it'd be a more spread out. You come on Thursday, and you have it, so that's it. You have a tick of approval here. So budget, you can do it now, you can do it now. So the idea is once you meet your targets, you have this tick, and here this is showing you the progress. How many out of the 3 have I met my targets on? Like here, for instance, I've only met 1 target out of the 3. And this is showing me how I'm progressing compared with the, what I should be doing. And here that gives me a percentage. Across everything, across the 4 weeks, they give me the percentage completion. So here, say, you come back on Thursday, you do a bit of this, you do a bit of that. So that's it. You've met your target for the week, 3 out of 3. You are right on track here, and you've done 25%. So if you can do all this for the month, then you're a star as far as background tasks are concerned. This is the way I would do it. I would take those 9 areas and I put them here. And if you do all this, you can make sure that you don't forget anything. So I'm just going to do a bit more tapping just to show you how it would work. Now this is it. This is how it would look like around after 2 weeks. I mean, obviously, you won't meet all your targets if you're really busy in other areas, but the idea is to stay as close as possible. Just as a reminder that this is just my own personal thing, because I don't know the project you'll be working on. So let's say if the stakeholders are minimal, then you can just put once a week. Yes, it's true. If approvals are not really that stringent, yeah, you can put maybe just once a week. Risks, if it's a big project that has very low risks, then once a week. So it's all down to you, but I would have these 3 definitely pretty high on the list, and then all the others obviously have to be done at least once a week, I would say. So this is an idea for you to work on. You can play around with this tracker, or if you can maybe have another one. The key is, as you know, I really like the splitting the project into these 9 areas, so that ensures that I don't lose track of anything.